All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Sunil Verma and with me is Prashant Kumar Sinha. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Tokyo on a 2-day visit to Japan to participate in Quad Leaders Summit, to interact with Japanese business leaders and Indian diaspora today. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Last date to submit online application for UGC NET exam extended to 30th of this month. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million all-women ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. IMD predicts widespread rain in North, West and East India during the next 2 days. Indian and Bangladesh navies commence coordinated patrol in northern Bay of Bengal. Anthony Albanese sworn in as Prime Minister of Australia. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. Haryana beat Jharkhand 2-0 to win Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship in Imphal. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 5 wickets in final league match in Mumbai. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. Coming to our 81st question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz in English. The book A Bunch of Old Letters is a collection of letters written to and by which freedom fighter? To repeat the question, the book A Bunch of Old Letters is a collection of letters written to and by which freedom fighter? Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 8826546262. That is 8826546262, or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Tokyo this morning on a 2-day visit to Japan to participate in the Quad Leaders Summit. Mr. Modi was given a rousing welcome from the Indian diaspora at the hotel where he will be staying during his trip. People from Indian diaspora cheered and waved Indian flags seeing the Prime Minister. Many children along with their parents were present at the hotel, waving their hands at the Prime Minister's arrival. Kids were seen holding placards with the word welcome written in different Indian languages. The Prime Minister also interacted with one of the kids present there and signed an autograph for him. Prime Minister Modi thanked the Indian diaspora in Japan for the warm welcome. In a tweet, he said, Japan's Indian community has made pioneering contributions in different fields. Mr. Modi said they've also remained connected with their roots in India. Apart from participating in the Quartz Summit tomorrow, Mr. Modi will hold bilateral meetings with US President Joe Biden, Prime Minister of Australia Anthony Albanese, and Prime Minister of Japan Fumio Kishida. Today, Mr. Modi will engage with the Japanese business community and the Indian diaspora. Our correspondent reports that the upcoming Quartz Summit in Tokyo will provide an opportunity to take stock of the progress made so far on Quad's initiatives and also give guidance for the future.
This will be the fourth interaction of Quad leaders since their first virtual meeting in March last year. Quad brings together 4 countries united by their commitment to a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. Quad leaders have put forth ambitious initiatives across areas like COVID and global health, infrastructure, climate, people-to-people exchanges, education, cybersecurity and space. Continuing cooperation on COVID response and post-COVID management of economy and health infrastructure are also important elements. Under the Quad Vaccine Partnership, vaccines have been delivered to Cambodia and Thailand. In the summit, the leaders will review progress of Quad initiatives, identify new areas of cooperation, and provide strategic guidance for future collaboration. Suparna Segya, AIR News, Delhi.
Prime Minister Modi will have a bilateral meeting with US President Joe Biden tomorrow. The multifaceted India-US relationship has acquired momentum, has depth and is diversified. Both nations' long-standing cooperation in diverse areas ranging from trade, defense, security, climate, education and energy is on an upward trajectory. Mr. Modi will also meet his Japanese counterpart on the sidelines of the summit. Japan is among India's most important partners. Prime Minister Modi has referred to India-Japan relationship as one of the most natural in the region. In the past few years, India-Japan special strategic and global partnership has seen great momentum. This meeting between the two prime ministers will be an opportunity to carry forward the high-level engagement between the two countries as also to advance bilateral cooperation agenda. The Japanese Prime Minister's recent visit to India saw substantial outcomes, which included a target of 5 trillion Japanese yen, approximately $40 to $42 billion in public and private investment and financing over the 5 years, and adoption of several other key outcome documents. In Tokyo, the two prime ministers will continue their discussions on how to further deepen bilateral economic cooperation, including in trade and investment, clean energy, cooperation in the Northeast, people-to-people ties, digital partnership, and of course exchange perspectives on common issues of regional and global importance. In the bilateral meeting with the Australian Prime Minister, the two leaders would review the India-Australia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership and exchange views on regional and global developments of mutual interest. Minister for Personnel and Public Grievances Dr. Jitendra Singh yesterday said that there will be Common Eligibility Test (CET) for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. He said the first such test is being scheduled to be conducted before the year end. Chairing the joint meeting of all 6 autonomous bodies under the Department of Personnel and Training in New Delhi, Dr. Singh said the National Recruitment Agency (NRA) under the DOPT is gearing up to conduct computer-based online common eligibility tests for recruitment to non-gazetted posts by the year end. He said this will be a game changer, providing ease of recruitment to job aspirants with at least one examination center in each district of the country.
The last date to submit online application and fee payment for the University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test UGC NET exam has been extended to May the 30th. In a tweet, UGC Chairman M. Jagdish Kumar said, in pursuant to representations from the candidates regarding submission of online application form for UGC NET December 2021 and June 2022, it has been decided to extend the last date for submission and fee payment to 30th of May 2022. The UGC had earlier fixed May the 20th as the last date for submission of application. The UGC NET exam is conducted by the National Testing Agency NTA twice a year to determine the eligibility for assistant professor and junior research fellowship and assistant professor posts in Indian universities and colleges. The UGC NET December 2021 and June 2022 will be held in 82 subjects in computer-based test CBT mode. The slots of JRF of both UGC NET December 2021 and June 2022 cycles have been merged, while the methodology for subject-wise cum category-wise allocation of JRF remain unchanged. India's 1 million all-women ASHA workers were awarded and honoured by WHO for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health, demonstrated leadership and commitment to regional health issues. They were honored for their crucial role in linking the community with the health system and ensuring those living in rural poverty can access primary health care services throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. The ceremony for the awards, which were established in 2019, was part of the live-streamed high-level opening session of the 75th World Health Assembly. More from our correspondent.
The WHO Director General, Dr. Tedros, announced 6 Global Health Leaders Awards, and India's ASHA workers are among one of them. ASHA, which means hope, are the more than 1 million female volunteers in India. These health workers provide maternal care and immunization for children against vaccine-preventable diseases, community health care, treatment for hypertension and tuberculosis, and core areas of health promotion for nutrition, sanitation, and healthy living. Aarti Rana, AIR News.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed happiness that the entire team of ASHA workers have been conferred the WHO Director General's Global Health Leaders Award. In a tweet, Mr. Modi congratulated all the ASHA workers for this. The Prime Minister said that they are at the forefront of ensuring a healthy India and their dedication and determination is admirable.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Tokyo on a 2-day visit to Japan to participate in Quad Leaders Summit to interact with Japanese business leaders and Indian diaspora today. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility tests for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Last date to submit online application for UGC NET exam extended to 30th of this month. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million all-women ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. IMD predicts widespread rains in north, west and east India during the next 2 days. India and Bangladesh navies commence coordinated patrol in northern Bay of Bengal. Anthony Albanese sworn in as Prime Minister of Australia. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. Haryana beat Jharkhand 2-0 to win Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship in Imphal. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 5 wickets in final league match in Mumbai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
क्या आप कॉम्पिटिशन्स की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? आपके लिए आकाशवाणी लाया है एक इंटरैक्टिव प्रोग्राम अभ्यास, एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम जहां आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर. हमारे स्टूडियो में एक्सपर्ट आपके सवाल का जवाब देंगे शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे. इस बार का विषय है इंडियन पॉलिटी, सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशंस. आपके सवालों का हम करेंगे इंतजार 25 मई तक. आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख.
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प.
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग.
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता.
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर.
8700014242.
Indian and Bangladesh navies commenced coordinated patrol in northern Bay of Bengal yesterday. This is yet another example of continuing cooperation between the armed forces of India and Bangladesh. A report from our Dhaka correspondent.
During the 2-day exercise, the Indian Navy and Bangladesh Navy units will undertake joint patrolling along the international maritime boundary line. The last Indian Navy-Bangladesh Navy Corpat was conducted in October 2020. From the Indian Navy side, 2 indigenously built ships, Kora, a guided missile corvette, and Subedha, an offshore patrol vessel, are participating in the exercise. From the Bangladesh side, Navy ships BNS Ali Haidar and BNS Abu Ubaida are taking part in the exercise. In addition, maritime maritime patrol aircraft of both navies would also be participating in the coordinated patrol. The regular conduct of Quartz has strengthened mutual understanding and enhanced interoperability between both the navies in countering transnational maritime threats at sea. Rajesh Jha, AIR News, Dhaka.
The first session of the 18th Uttar Pradesh Assembly will start today with Governor Anandiben Patel addressing a joint session of both houses. The first budget of the Yogi Adityanath government's second term will be tabled in the House on May the 26th. The new Assembly's first session will last till May the 31st. More from our correspondent.
The first session of the Yogi government's second term will have several firsts to its name. This would be the first time when the proceedings of the House would go paperless. Both governor's address and the budget for 2022-23 would be tabled digitally. For asking any question during question hour or at any point of time during the proceedings, members will use the tab fixed in front of their seat. The proceedings of the House will also be live streamed through YouTube and Facebook. Till now, such telecast was done only on UP Doordarshan. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter Panampalli Govind Menon, who died on the 23rd of May 1970. Menon actively participated in the Vaikom Satyagraha. He joined Prajamandalam and took part in the boycott movements in Kerala.
Menon was born in Trichur, Kerala on the 1st of October 1908. Even as a student, Menon was involved in politics and actively participated in the anti-caste struggle of Vaikom Satyagraha in Kerala. He joined the Prajamandalam as he got more involved in politics and later joined the Indian National Congress. Menon served as a member of Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee and the All India Congress Committee.
A lawyer by profession, Menon was elected to the Cochin State Legislature twice, in 1935 and 1938. He resigned from the post in 1942 to protest the repressive policy of the Cochin government. Menon was re-elected again to the Legislative Assembly of Cochin in 1945. He served as the Food Minister of Cochin in 1946 and as the Chief Minister of the then state of Cochin in 1947. Menon represented the princely state of Cochin in the Constituent Assembly. With the formation of Travancore Cochin State in 1949, Menon became the Finance Minister in 1952. He also served as the Chief Minister of Travancore Cochin State. He was elected to the Lok Sabha in 1962 and served as the Minister of Food, Agriculture, Community Development and Cooperation. He held portfolios of the Ministry of Railways, Ministry of Law and Social Welfare, and was also the Law Minister of India in 1967. Menon played various roles in public affairs and was known for advocating for the underprivileged and for improving the status of teachers. He represented India in various international conferences and continued to serve the nation till his death in 1970. We salute the great nationalist. On 23rd of May 1947, the British Cabinet agreed to India's then Governor-General, Lord Mountbatten's horrific plan of partitioning our great civilizational nation of India.
Lord Mountbatten arrived in India on the 22nd of March 1947. After consulting Indian leaders, he made a plan known as Dicky Bird Plan and sent Lord Ismay, his Chief of Staff, with the plan on the 2nd of May to London, which was approved by the British Cabinet. Under this plan, the British would transfer power to two successor authorities, the Congress and the Muslim League. In territorial terms, the dominions of India and Pakistan would remain within the British Commonwealth.
British paramountcy over 559 princely states in India would not be transferred to the two dominions and consequently would lapse constitutionally. The princely states would be free to join either of the two dominions. The third option of them becoming independent and not joining either dominion was kept open. Indian leaders opposed the plan as they felt it would balkanize India, allowing many little nation states to emerge. We also remember Hanuman Singh, who took part in the First War of Independence in 1857. Initially, Singh was serving the English East India Company Army, but left it to join hands with the independence activists. He fought the British on different occasions and also offered financial assistance to his fellow activists. Singh was captured by the company troops and put on trial for desertion and mutiny against the British. He was sentenced to transportation for life with labour in irons in 1857. He died in detention on the 23rd of May 1858 in the Andaman Islands. We salute the great son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
The annual meeting of World Economic Forum began at Davos in Switzerland yesterday. The city is hosting the event yet again after a gap of nearly 2.5 years. The meeting will continue till the 26th of May. Global leaders, including from India, will participate in the international event. Meanwhile, talking to a TV channel, WEF's President Boger Brent said that for India, things look better while other countries are beginning to struggle. He said that India is likely to grow at 8% and looks better placed.
For India, it looks better because India, we do think, will grow 8% this year. But there are other countries that are really struggling now. We know that China's economy is growing very slowly, and China has contributed with 35% of the global growth the last decade. So, of course, we see inflation, the highest one in 40 years in the U.S.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal will lead the Indian delegation at the 5-day meet.
Anthony Albanese was sworn in as Prime Minister of Australia this morning. The 59-year-old new Prime Minister was sworn in at a brief ceremony in Government House, Canberra. Labour Senator Penny Wong was sworn in as Foreign Minister, Richard Marles as Deputy Prime Minister, Jim Chalmers as Treasurer, and Katie Gallagher as Finance Minister. Albanese and Wong are set to travel to Tokyo to attend Quad Leaders Summit, where they will meet with US President Joe Biden, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. The timing of the meeting is behind the rapid swearing-in, which will constitute one of the swiftest changes of government in Australia's history. India Meteorological Department has predicted widespread rain in North, West and East India during the next 2 days. IMD said widespread rainfall is likely over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan till tomorrow. We spoke to IMD DG M. Mohapatra about the rain forecast.
As expected, Northwest India is experiencing rain with thunderstorms. In some areas, wind speed is picking up to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. It is basically because of a western disturbance passing through Northwest India. The activity will be maximum today, the 23rd of May. From 24th, activity will decrease. The areas which are being affected includes Western Himalayan region like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, then plains of Northwest India like Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, North Rajasthan, North MP and UP.
In the eastern region, rainfall is predicted over Bihar, Jharkhand, Gangetic, West Bengal and Odisha. Light to moderate rainfall with thunderstorm will occur over Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim during the next 2 days and decrease in intensity thereafter. Residents of Delhi and NCR today got much needed respite from the hot and humid weather as various parts of the city received light to moderate rainfall this morning. India Meteorological Department said thunder showers with moderate intensity rain and gusty winds with speed of 60 to 90 kilometers per hour would continue to occur over and adjoining areas of entire Delhi and NCR in the next 2 hours.
Arch rivals India and Pakistan will meet in their first match of the 11th edition of the Asia Cup Hockey Championship at the GBK Arena in Jakarta, Indonesia today. The match will begin at 5 p.m. India time. Defending champions India have been placed in the Pool A with Pakistan, Japan and host Indonesia. India will take on Asian Games gold medalist Japan in their second match on the 24th of May and meet hosts Indonesia on the 26th to round off their league engagements. India and Pakistan have won the tournament 3 times each, while South Korea is the most successful team, having clinched the title 4 times in 10 previous editions. Hockey Haryana emerged winners of the Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship 2022 after defeating Hockey Jharkhand 2-0 in the final at Imphal yesterday. Earlier in the day, Uttar Pradesh Hockey defeated Madhya Pradesh Hockey 3-0 to secure third place in the tournament.
In IPL cricket, Punjab Kings defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad in the final league game at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai last night. Punjab Kings chased down the target of 158 with 29 balls and 5 wickets to spare, with Liam Livingstone top scoring with unbeaten 49 runs. Meanwhile, Gujarat Titans will face Rajasthan Royals in the IPL 2022 first qualifier tomorrow in Eden Gardens at 7:30 p.m. with both the teams eyeing a berth in the IPL final on May the 29th. Gujarat Titans finished the league phase as number 1 side and will start as favourites on paper against the Rajasthan Royals, the number 2 team after the league matches. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have thunderstorm with rain. Jammu will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Leh will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad likely to have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. National capital Delhi will have dust storm or thunderstorm. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening, and Chennai will also have partly cloudy sky. Kolkata will also have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. In a front page story, the Pioneer writes, Modi to hold talks with Biden, Japan Prime Minister in Tokyo. Prime Minister Modi to participate in the second in-person Quad Leader Summit, writes the paper. In a front-page story, the Indian Express reports Modi-Biden will discuss war in Ukraine and food security at Quad meeting. Quad plans to step up maritime pressure on China, reports the Economic Times. PM interacts with champions of Thomas Cup and Uber Cup, writes the Statesman. Hindustan Times headlines, Centre losing 2.21 crore rupees in 2 fuel duty cuts, says Finance Minister. The revenue loss of rounds of duty cuts on petrol and diesel will be borne entirely by the central government. WHO has said it expects to identify more cases of monkeypox as it expands surveillance in countries where the disease is not typically found. WHO expects more cases of monkeypox to emerge globally, headlines the Hindustan Times.
Before we end the bulletin, a reminder of today's question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. The book, A Bunch of Old Letters, is a collection of letters written to and by which freedom fighter? WhatsApp your response on 8826546262. And before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Tokyo on a 2-day visit to Japan to participate in Quad Leaders Summit, to interact with Japanese business leaders and Indian diaspora today. National Recruitment Agency to conduct computer-based online common eligibility test for recruitment to non-gazetted posts from this year. Last date to submit online application for UGC NET exam extended to 30th of this month. World Health Organization honors India's 1 million all-women ASHA workers for their outstanding contribution to advancing global health. IMD predicts widespread rain in North, West and East India during the next 2 days. Indian and Bangladesh navies commence coordinated patrol in northern Bay of Bengal. Anthony Albanese sworn in as Prime Minister of Australia. India to clash with Pakistan in their first match of 11th Asia Cup Hockey Championship in Jakarta this evening. Haryana beat Jharkhand 2-0 to win Hockey India Sub-Junior Women's National Championship in Imphal. And in IPL cricket, Punjab Kings defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 5 wickets in final league match in Mumbai. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.